Man, I'm so pumped today. Let's go. Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, let's start this off. Okay, so my name is Sumit Chatterjee. I'm a flow state consultant. I guide people to tap into the zone, okay? Welcome to my channel. I'm gonna be making these one takes, by the way. I'm not gonna be doing much editing because I notice how much time I waste in just editing these videos, you know, when I could be doing so many other things. So now it's time for more time management. Let's get it, okay? So you'll be seeing more aspects of my personality come through. I'm truly tapping into my authenticity now. Like, I think I've been hiding. I honestly think I've been hiding. I think that I've been holding back a little bit. And now I'm like, "Aah!" Right? I want to just expose everything, man. Do you guys know what's happening with these Hollywood celebrities? It's fucked up. Okay, it's fucked up. And I know a lot of people aren't talking about this, but if you're still under the impression of celebrity worship, you're actually being hijacked, okay? A lot of these celebrities are really messed up individuals, and you gotta understand that, okay, first and foremost. I know because I've experienced that world. What do I mean by that? I've met with them, I've spoken to them, and there's something in that energy that seems like it's a distance, okay? And you might get this from certain people. It's almost like a distance that's being created. There's not a relevancy and a closeness, okay? I wanna be the spiritual preacher who's going in the communities and connecting with all of you guys. Right? I don't want to be up in the mountains somewhere, pretending, sitting and chanting Om for hours and hours and not doing anything. Okay, so this is the way of the momentum monk, the momentum mystic. We are not here to be treated like second-class citizens. Okay? In your own home, you're being treated like a second-class citizen, some of you. In your own environments, right? You go and meet with your teachers in school. They're like, why aren't you concentrating? Why aren't you doing this? They're strict. They're yelling at you. Maybe you're using social media to numb yourself and get dopamine hits, right? But let me remind you, okay? I've started the camp today for IMC Nation, right? Unbreakable. I think this is the camp that I need to honestly redefine my personality and who I truly am, okay? And not who I want myself to be, because I still notice that people pleaser side of me, right? Wanting to appear a certain way and wanting to flex my muscles, you know, wanting to be cool for you guys. Like, I notice that part of me. It's like an inclination, right? It's like this validation trip that you get for making videos. And sometimes I'll be like, oh, should I just make a video to help the YouTube algorithm and move my, you know, subscriber count along? Or should I just stick with my authenticity and make the videos that I want to make, do what I want to do? And that's what I would tell you as well. Do what you want to do. This was a great question from AZD, actually. Okay? I want to share it with all of you. But I won't share any other things because that's confidential and you need to join the camp if you want to get that material, okay, those axioms. But if no one was around, how would you feel? What would you do? Okay? If you weren't comparing yourself to other people, okay, what would you watch if no one was around? If no one was around, what would you be like? How would you behave? What would you want to do? Right? Maybe you still feel like I have an incredible flow state practice. Right? And I still haven't shown anybody my flow state practice. They think I'm this flow guy, but I haven't really shown you what this thing is, right? And so if you notice back there, right, I have MMA mats. Okay, also could work as a yoga mat in a sense. I made this decision a week ago when I understood I have to bring the gym into this space, because there's a gap, right? Oftentimes there's a gap between what we want to do and where we are now. I want to blend that gap. I'm trying to merge that gap. As a peak performance specialist, I'm trying to get myself to a point where it's impossible for me not to win. Right? It's impossible for me to lose like this, because everything is right in front of me. If I'm not doing that, then I'm just lazy, bro. Right? I just dislike that activity. I'll get it in due time, but I don't. I like lifting, you know? I like swinging around my gutter. I like being out in nature. I like doing all these things. So why am I still stuck in this weird matrix rabbit hole of still scrolling reels and still, you know? Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, yeah, that's interesting too. Oh, yeah, just like it. Like a zombie, right? You don't even know what you're double tapping on, bro. You don't even know. That's the thing. You're unconsciously double tap. And when you double tap something, you're giving a part of you to that thing. Do you understand that? You're giving your energy away as you double tap on something. So you gotta be more conscious about what you're liking. Because if you're liking everything, you're gonna stay a people pleaser. Oh, my friend posted, I guess I must like his post. Instead of like, you know, sitting him down and being like, bro, that post was kind of whack. I'll be honest with you, man. And I want to tell you friend to friend, right? We need more of that not brutal, but radical honesty, right? We need that tough love at times. Someone to be like, yo, what you're doing right now, it's going to be ineffective for you, right? Like, let's start to wake up again, right? And I know this is the time where everyone starts to wake up and starts to get the energy working inside of them, because it's New Year's, because it's Christmas. Oh, I'm back with my family. Listen, Merry Christmas to all of you, okay? Ho, 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 Merry Christmas, okay? That's okay. Let's leave that aside, okay? Christmas is a beautiful holiday of giving and all this stuff, okay? New Year's is a great holiday of just the transitional period. I love New Year's because of Janos, okay? January, the god of doorways, who's one of my main guides. So I know January is going to be lit. I just know it, okay? But at the same time, you can't depend on these holidays. You can't depend on Thanksgiving to be thankful. You can't depend on Halloween to tap into your dark energy. You get what I'm saying? Like, and do shadow work. Like, you can't use these holidays, right, as these permission slips all the time. Like, why am I going to sit there and be like, okay, it's February 14th, I guess, okay, you know, oh, I guess I'll celebrate some Valentine's Day or something. Maybe I'll get her a card or, you know, something very generic and, you know, kind of go past my day. Why isn't every day your Valentine's, bro? Okay? Valentine's? Okay? Why isn't every day like a celebration of love? Because isn't that what it is, right? Isn't that what Valentine's Day is, right? It's a celebration of love, and you're not celebrating love any other day. But because the government or whatever, the system has made this holiday, like a national holiday or whatever, or a worldwide holiday, right? You're just like, oh, okay. Well, I guess Saint Valentine knows the answer. And you give away your power, okay? You give away your creativity, your power, your approval to this one holiday or this one thing, right? This one event. And that's the thing. Everybody's like going towards the mainstream. But the mainstream is the most weird, delusional people, man. Like, honestly, like, if you were trying to get more like them, the mainstream people, you're actually cutting off your own power. Do you realize that? You're doing yourself a disservice. Because the mainstream is not your stream. if you're just merging with everybody else, you're chipping away at your individuality and your purpose. And I know if you're on this channel, you're meant to be a pioneer. You're not meant to just follow along, okay? You're not a follower. You have no person telling you that you have to do this and you have to do that, waving their finger at you, right? Like, this is the imagery that we have of strict teachers, right? Just like, or like bad parent. Shame on you, okay? Shame on me. I'm a shaman, okay? I'm a shaman. Get out of here with your shame, okay? I experience shame and I transmute it through gratitude, okay? We all experience lower level, lower vibrational emotions, right? But you gotta be able to take that toxic energy, that poison, and have your internal process, your own internal mechanism, and then let it transmute, let it change into something greater. Okay? So for instance, I imagine this energy of like, I'm swallowing like a dark cloud of negative emotion, right? Just like, and it's being processed and I'm feeling it more and I'm feeling it more and I'm letting it raise up to my throat, and then I breathe out like a dragon to let it go, okay? I just transmuted it, okay? That emotion, it's still lingering a little bit, but now it's more manageable. Now I'm more zen, now I'm more certain. You get it? I'm more certain about my life, about my process. There's not this distraction there telling me that I'm gonna be like this, or I'm gonna do this like exactly like this, okay? You can't do anything exactly like anything, okay? So that's why you gotta be the spontaneous wizard with it, this Jedi with it, right? Where you show up and it's like the whole room shifts its atmosphere, okay? They gotta give you that much, like just this look, this, who's that? Or what is he doing here? Or your enemy is getting scared, uh-oh. That's the effect that you want to, like, what is the effect that you want to have on the world, right? Ask yourself that. Woo! I feel a little bit sniffly. Okay. So anyway, I was just thinking about this today, man, of like how we cut ourselves off from our own true nature. And the Tao, right, in Taoism, they have this thing called the Tao, which is basically the invisible substrate that is just underlying every experience, almost like how the Hindus have the concept of Brahman, right? The ultimate reality. So the invisible, hidden, ultimate reality is the Tao. We can't see it, but we can know it, we can feel it, we can sense it. And that Tao, which has a name, is not the Tao, right? You can't label it, you can't categorize it. It is a feeling, it is an essence, it is a frequency, okay? And once you get it, you'll notice that life moves in this way. So the highest value for you is the preservation of that frequency of the Tao. You get it? So when you're out of Tao, you're not on Tao or on God, right? On God, man, on God. On God kind of sounds like on God, right? Like the fencing term too, which is kind of cool. So, on Tao, right? You got to be on Tao. When you're out of Tao, imagine like, you know, back in Confucian times or Lao Tzu's time, if people are doing what they were doing to this day, like how confused would they be? They'd be like, what is going on? Okay? Just complete debauchery, nonsense, okay? Like, what is happening, right? That's what they would be like. This is completely against the Tao, okay? Someone, you know, making this weird transactional thing with you, someone like not really exuding their truest self and being this like fake mirage of a person in front of you to try to get you to do something. Like this kind of weird, shady, stuff. And you're telling me that that's on Tao? That that's Taoism? No, it's not. Okay? So this is why you've got to ascertain, what are you truly here for? Hear me out here. What are you here to do? This is a question you've been asking yourself for most of your life, but you've lost that firepower, that juice, right? That curiosity, that discovery mode, where you're seeking and you're exploring and you're going through different portals and exploring different habitats to then come to your own conclusion, to come to your own decision, to understand that you are here for clarity. You're not here for confusion. You can make yourself more complex and confused, but you got to understand to organize something. To organize something, okay, is to simplify something. Okay, this is what a download that we got from Lord Surya when we were tapping into that frequency, okay? Organization is just simplifying, okay? It's just forming things, okay? And I know when we're tapping into the flow state, we're working with formlessness, okay? We're working with the ethereal, non-material stuff. We're working with a feeling internally, that heightened sense of like, more is possible, right? Your eyes dilate, you're kind of wired into the moment, right? We need to be in that state. But you can't be in that state if you keep suppressing your emotions, right? If you keep talking bad about people behind their backs, if you keep gossiping, if you keep having petty attitude of like, oh, this is like this, and getting angry at just the smallest things, right? How is that in the flow? How is that in the Tao? You tell me. Now, the issue is you're just doing this unconsciously, right? You're not even recognizing that you're doing this. That's the real trip, right? Imagine like you are being possessed, literally. You're being possessed by this other energy. I know so many people that have come back to me and spoken to me about this. Like when I'm angry at my partner or whatever, I feel like a completely different person. Like I've just been taken over by some being. There's this weird trauma response that's happening internally. Yes, I get that. Because that is not you. You have to find your true nature. What makes you shine? Where is your greatest asset and brightest light? And move in that direction. Okay? A lot of people, they forget their mission. They forget their vision. They forget their path. And they don't remind, coming back to mind, to themselves. And that's got to be corrected, man. That's got to be auto-corrected. And once you get that, you'll slowly start to sense that, man, I'm making a difference. And even if it's a little difference, a little drop or a pebble in the pond, it's going to cause ripples. And those ripples are going to be sent out to wherever I go, wherever I make contact. If it's a post on social media, boom, ripples, right? More people like it, engage with it, get triggered by it, more ripples, right? The reach doesn't necessarily only have to be online or digitally, right? We can make ripples just by giving someone a hug, right? Or buying someone a little gift, or doing something for humanity. These little ripples, these positivity ripples, that if you just start stacking them, you'll start to notice the benefit that you get in a month's time, in a week's time, in a year's time. And once you do, you'll understand that law of reciprocity. Because a lot of the times, you're still in entrainment mode. What do I mean by that? You're entraining your brain. be more positive, to be more generous, to be a kinder, patient person, but also keep your backbone, have a ferocity, a monster inside you that you can tame and unleash in the right moments. This is what this journey is about. This is the way of the priest beast and the savage shaman. So if you're on this channel for a reason, you better hit that subscribe button. Let's get it. Upward Spiral Gang. May we never be the same again. You already know. Tap in. Let's go today.